This video is going to summarize everything that we did on Monday, January 11th. It'll cover a few quick questions and then explain where you need to go to make up the rest of class. So today's learning goal is I can calculate the percent of a number given the context of a real world situation. So here's an example of the type of question I would ask you, and this was in our Do Now follow-up activity. It says the value of 6 dimes is what percent of the value of $1? Now, we know that $1 includes 100 cents and 6 dimes includes 60 cents. So 6 dimes is 60% of $1. And a lot of people kind of just knew this intuitively, meaning off the top of their head. But let's talk about why that's true. Percent simply means per 100 or the rate per 100. So you can think of it almost like an equivalent ratio where the first number is the percent and the second number is the 100. So for example, a quarter is what percent, this is the percent symbol here, of $1. It's 25% because there are 25 cents per 100 cents. And finding the percentage of a cent is simple because there's 100, or I should say finding the percentage of $1 is simple because there are 100 cents in $1. Now, notice this is on notebook paper, so you should make sure to pause the video and get it down in your notebook. There's a quiz question that popped up here to check your understanding, and then an open-ended question. If I were you, I would make sure I was following along in the asynchronous Nearpod at this point so I could answer this open-ended question and give it a try on my own. So we'll go over it. It says each of 3 friends, Lynn, Jada, and Andre, had the goal of raising $40. How much money did each person raise? Lynn raised 100% of her goal, Jada 50, and Andre 150. Notice that I drew a number line on notebook paper. So again, we're on notebook paper, which means you should be writing this down too. So we see that there's 2 lines in our double number line. We've got the amount of money raised and the percent. The best place to start on a double number line is always with 100%, and it tells you what the whole is that you're working with. In this case, we know we're looking for the percentage, whether it's 150 or 150, of her goal, which means 100% is her goal, and the goal was $40. So that's how we ended up with $40, 100%. Now, if I know that 100% of the goal is $40, and I split that 100% in half so that I ended up here at $50, or I should say 50%, I will also be splitting my $40 in half. Just like with any double number line, we want to make sure that every space represents an equal amount plus 50% and plus 50%. We split it in half. And then you can see on the number line above, we're adding $20 and $20. So we know that 50% is $20. And finally, we would continue our double number line. We'd add another $20 and another 50%, which shows us that $60 is 150% of his goal. So again, the most important takeaway is that we always want to start by lining up 100%. You got a second question here. It says, Elena biked 8 miles on Saturday. Use the double number line to answer the questions and be prepared to explain your reasoning. The thing I want to point out, and I'm not going to go through this entire question, is just that this is asking for the percentage of her Saturday distance. And that phrase, of her Saturday distance, tells you that 100% is going to be her Saturday distance. And that should help you answer that question. Finally, you have one last open-ended question, which asks you, what is 75% of 60? I went ahead and outlined the double number line here. Notice how, again, the of 60 tells us what our 100% is. 100% is 60. And we were able to split up the double number line in class into 25%, because that is a split that will let 75% show up for us on our double number line. And then we were also able to divide 60, that was our whole, into 4 pieces so that we ended up with 45 on our double number line. And 45 is 75% of 60. We took a break and talked about the learning goal again. And at this point, we got started on today's independent practice. It's called 3.10 through 3.11 practice. And it was homework that is due Wednesday. So make sure you give it a look.